Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to Shiboyugi, episode 10. I don't have to look it up this time, I knew it was episode 10. Last episode, we've had plot twists, we had some flashbacks, some information about our characters. Let me quickly summarize it. So, we've got the background story of our, side character, not main character, but the green-haired girl, Moegi. We figured out that she was mentored by a psychopath, a serial killer or assassin, or we don't really know what she does for a living. If she just kills those people for fun or for a job. But apparently she loves killing people, her mentor, whose name is supposed to be Kiara. Now, Kiara was supposed to, I assume, supposed to kill Moegi during a death game, from what it looked like, but ended up sparing her and taking Moegi in as her apprentice, I guess, of some sorts. In her apartment, Kiara's apartment, she had another girl called Shion, and we have not heard her talk a single phrase yet. She has shown no interest in our green-haired girl. She's just there. I don't know what her involvement is gonna be in the story, if she has any influence in those death games, if she's going to be there at all. We haven't really seen her. But we have seen Kiara, something that I've missed completely in the very first beginning of my reaction. And at the very end, I did rewind and check some scenes and then realize that Kiara, the psychopath, is indeed in those games, as shown while they tickle that one stump team member, the predators, the hunters. I believe that Kiara is either got assigned as a bunny girl and she's just doing her part, but she, being a psychopath, she's going to do psychopath things, or she is undercover. So generally in the beginning she was probably part of the hunters, somehow killed one of the rabbits and took her uniform and went undercover just to see how the team Rabbit is doing. So can't wait to see her reveal towards the other characters. We haven't seen a lot of Yuki last episode. It was kind of in the background. We've seen a few scenes with her, but it was mainly focused on Moegi, the green-haired girl, and Kiara, and what their connection is. I've also wrote down an updated number on members of each team. At the beginning we counted 18 stump members, 18 hunters, but according to the one they tickled, she admitted that they are a team of 30, I believe, and we still don't know how many rabbits there are. I assume there's going to be at least 5 times as many, probably 90, 100, 50, we don't know. I assume they're gonna give us some more information. If not, that's fine too. This is an anime that I, time and time again, realize that it doesn't really hold your hand in this sense. Because, as I said, the fact that I noticed Kiara in that scene, in the rewatch part of the reaction, blew my mind, because in no time, in no moment did the anime go, hey, by the way, that's her, hey. It should have been obvious, because I didn't really check the hairpin that she had, which was one-on-one the same as in the beginning. But there are so many characters in this anime. There's so many characters, background characters, some side characters. I can't really blame myself. You can't really blame me for missing that small detail. They showed Kiara for not even 5 seconds on screen, maybe even less. So it just flew by. I didn't realize that it was her. It is her, and I'm wondering if Shion, the black-haired, black purple, dirty purple, I think, haired emo girl who was in the apartment, is also part of these games. That's where I am at. We talked about the title names of of each episode. I haven't checked what this episode is called. I'm gonna let myself be surprised. They're gonna show this in the beginning, as always. And let's continue the game. I assume that you all are ready. You all have your copies in front of you. I have mine. I have episode 10 in front of me. Get ready because I'm gonna count down. 3, 2, 1, now. We are at chapter 25 out of 43. Is my mic working? It is, okay. Okay, oh, I forgot to talk about Yuki's mentor. I'm not hopeful for Yuki's mentor to survive this game. She's so calm. Also, I mean, no answer. Who's dying in the background? I forgot which number she said. Which, oh, how many games the mentor played. I just know it's a lot of them. Is this why she refused to kill straight up in the bathhouse scene? Because that was pretty early on in her games. Swan? As in maturing? Different species, but same family. Hmm. Oh, right. We get a continuation of that scene. It's her! Damn. A-chan. I don't think... Yeah, I didn't write any names from her last time. Is she gonna snap? I'm wakey. I... I'm gonna have to discuss this song, by the way, just as a side note. The 5 p.m. song. But... Same team? Who is she? Is she gonna shoot her? Mm, was that an undercover rabbit, maybe? Damn, okay, cold-blooded. I'm gonna have to check the past episode if I've seen this red-haired girl before. Oh, hmm. These are birds, right? Yeah, not bats. It's just they don't sound like birds, but that's probably just me. Wait, so she got distracted and Yuki left? Damn. A lot of bunnies dead. I'm still rooting for the bunnies, even though there's a serial killer there. I mean, obviously I gotta root for Yuki. Why is she bleeding again? Is that a trap? She gonna step on a leaf and then or something like that. Ha! It is a trap. Damn, Yuki. I think Yuki has the upper hand with. Ooh, maybe not against a knife. Even with a knife. Damn. She turns her back. What the? Holy. That was a risky BM move, man. I mean, has she killed anyone other than another stump? Oh no, okay, did she actually have to kill her parents? Okay, no. I don't think you I don't think you want to be like Kiara. But then again, this scene where she's covered in blood. I thought it was presumed that she killed them. I mean, it is fucked up. The only parental image of a person she has is Kiara. Ah, Ow! I don't think she's gonna live that. Damn, what a ruthless quick death. Okay, that's if that's a Grey Knight jar, that's what I just wrote. I wanted to look it up. Damn, even in the face she got shot. Hmm. Pow? Damn, okay. Wow. Yeah. There goes the mentor. Hmm. So she was undercover, but why the clothes change? I guess just to explain it. Or just not to risk getting killed by her own team members. Hmm. Surely it's not the exit. Beautiful. The art design, man. What the fuck? Beautifully macabre. Damn, if is this the work of Kiara? I mean, this Candlewoods game was before her streak of games. Damn, even here, everyone's dead. Huh. Damn, okay, she's... What the fuck is she doing to them? Just ripping out their chest? What the fuck? I guess we'll figure it out. What the fuck has she been doing to them? How many did she kill? There's so many tiny infos that I wish we could get more of. I wonder if the ED changes as well, considering we've seen the opening change. I haven't really paid that much attention to the details in the ED, but if they can do it with the OP, why wouldn't they do it with the ED? Alright. Well, first things first, I did not uh write down the name, well, see the name of the episode, Shiboyugi episode 10. Yeah, so the title is called Going and then four dashes. And I know we said before that the dashes means love. Although, what exactly would it mean for this title? Going love? Does that make sense? Does that have a deeper meaning? Is that a saying in English that I'm unaware of? Um, Either way, a lot of notes this episode. I wrote so many things, and I'm gonna go through all of them. Starting with, damn, Moegi. I guess that's it for her. Dead by the hands of Yuki. Um, I was expecting us to see Moegi for another episode. There's so much more that I wanted to know about Moegi or see of her. For example, a confrontation with Kiara. We don't really know how they split apart, if they ever split apart from the moment they arrived at the apartment. Was she still the mentor? In the anime, Moegi says, "I am Kiara-san's student." Beautiful line, beautifully shot as well. And before she got gunned down by Yuki, well, that scene was beautiful, but very horrible. I don't know if there's a word for that. I know there's melancholy, but that's not really the word I'm looking for. I'd say maybe morbidly beautiful, I guess, if that makes sense. Uh, she had a very pretty death. I know this doesn't really make sense, but the way they portrayed it, the way they only showed her first half of the face, and then you see that she got shot in the face as well. Really pretty, really sad. I wish we would have seen more of her. I thought she was going to be the main antagonist of this arc, but no, it's Kiara. And holy damn, was there a flip between the first episode of this death game and the one after that. Instant tables turned. We've seen that the stumps got stumped. The bunnies got the upper hand before they had to retreat to their place and reorganize themselves. Really sad outcome for Moegi, and well, I mean, ultimately she kind of deserved it. She was kind of messed up, thanks to Kiara as well. But not only we've seen some scenes of Yuki and her mentor, and I'm sorry for not mentioning this before. Her mentor's name is Hakushi. Hakushi. I don't know how I missed that. Hakushi is this is her 95th or 96th. I think she did 95 games, and this is the 96th game. If not, this is the 95th game. Hakushi taught Yuki to flee from homicidal players, not to fight them. Don't fight psychos, technically. So that's what Yuki did. She I assume she fled. It was off screen to the point where she met Kiara, not Kiara, where she met Moegi, and they had a fight with each other. Now, Moegi, of course, was completely overpowered by Yuki. No chance to win there. Well, that one bullet that flew her through her hair was really close, and I think as close as Moegi could ever gotten to her. But alas, she got dumped on. So yeah. Can we talk about how beautiful that cotton is in this anime? Like, what the fuck? You can even see that, you know how cotton has this little fuzzy outline, and even the fuzzy has some fuzziness, like the little hairs. And I know the anime uses this bloom effect to hide some details, and which makes it even prettier. But holy shit, amazing work from the studio, by the way. It's rare to see such fine detail in art nowadays. That aside, also, this is what a gray night jet looks like, if you ever cared about. They keep repeating that in this anime, and I thought just showing it here. It looks like a bird who is really good at camouflaging. I know there's this I forgot the name of the bird, but there's a bird who pretends to be wood, like a wooden post, lamp post or whatever. I thought it was that at first, but no, it looks very similar, maybe the same family, the same whatever tree branch. But yes, so there's that. What else? We know where the brutality of the Candlewoods game comes from. Kiara. As you've seen, her work is horrible. She not only kills her victims, but she disembowels them to the point where their chest is pointing outwards, fluff everywhere. And I'm kind of glad for the fluff in these scenes because holy shit, would that be gory? Gore everywhere, intestines everywhere, on the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor. I'm glad that they chose to do the fluff thing, even though scientifically it doesn't really make sense. If I guess maybe futuristic human bodies can, instead of bleeding out, it instantly turns into cotton fluff. I don't know if it's just for these death games or if it's just all of civilization has this drug-induced body modification. We don't know, but we know that it looks great in certain scenes. And here comes another scene that I kind of wanted to talk about. This one character from last episode, and I'm really sorry if I flew past that. I had even a note about it, and I completely skipped it for some reason. The character of Sumiaka. Sumiaka. I think. I'll look it up really quick and write it in the screen if it's wrong. She was in her 30th game. That's the white-haired bunny girl with the red tips on the bottom. The one who tickled Yuki in the last episode, if you remember. That girl was talking about the 30 game curse and how this is the 30th game. I completely didn't see that the first time we see someone disemboweled was her against the wall. The blueness of under her ribs and the fluff everywhere on the floor. Um, Again, I wrote it here. Morbidly beautiful. It's a terrible thing that what happened there, but aesthetically looks really like an art piece. And I don't know how else to word this without sounding crazy. Obviously, it's something bad. It's horrible. It's gory. But that's the point of it. It's not technically gory. The whole fluff it's like an art piece. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's beautiful, but it's horrible at the same time. Um, and yeah, I mean, we got to the point where Yuki reached the kill or be killed scenario. We have her I already forgot her name. Her mentor Hakshi, who told her not to fight homicidal players. And then Yuki asks, "Yeah, but what if I have to? What if I have to kill someone in order to win?" And then Hakshi doesn't respond to that. I assume that by that she kind of meant, well, if it comes to it, it's kill or be killed. And I feel like now that everyone's dead, or at least most of the players we've seen, I don't know if there's anyone left alive. We haven't really seen anyone. Maybe the short-haired blue girl. We haven't seen her again. Uh, it's Yuki's moment to show that what to do with a homicidal player once he gets to it. Now we know that this takes place before the first 3, 4 death games we've seen. The one with the maids, the one with the uh, in that abandoned place with the I've already forgot her name. The Himesama type of girl the bathhouse. That was the third game we've seen. Second one was the abandoned warehouse. We know what Yuki did in that maid game, the very first game we've seen, where they reached the end and it was kill or be killed. Technically, because I mean they had time, but she had to make a decision and kill someone else. In this anime, I assume in this episode, I assume this is her starting point into actually killing someone else. I don't think she had previously killed anyone, considering that this is not her first, but also not her 30th game as she had in the bathhouse. We'll see what happens in the next episode, but I assume that this is the turning page for Yuki. We've seen also for one thing I noted down was the red-haired girl from the Stumps team. We talked about how possibly it could have been a bunny girl who had the same idea as Kiara. Now, the more that I think about it, Kiara possibly wasn't undercover. Maybe she was a bunny girl all along, but her psychosis or psychopathic uh, tendencies pushed her to kill her own teammates. So we don't know. We what we know is that at the end she was wearing one of the Stump's arm uniforms, a few sizes too small for her. So either she took it from someone else and wore it, or she got her uniform back. We don't know. But what we know is that red-haired girl who was a Stump uh, was killing the other teammates. What I think happened here, and this anime does this a lot, by the way, it lets you think for yourself. It doesn't really choose stuff or spell stuff for you. What I think happened is that the Stump team noticed that by the amount of dead bunny girls, uh, chances for you to have your kill quota of 5 players gets lowered drastically. So what they do, or especially what that red-haired girl did, was start killing her own teammates, so she has a bigger chance to actually get those 5 kills. That's what I believe happened here, because we don't really have much more indications that she was a bunny girl or anything else. I don't really remember fully if she was in the same room as the other Stumps in the beginning when we counted the 18 people. If she was, then it's confirmation that she's not a bunny girl. But if not, I believe that she's still from the same team. I mean, we know that they're 30. We only seen 18 of them. And that she kind of did have a panic and started killing her own. Unfortunately for her, Moegi was smart enough to realize that and straight up shot her in the face. Red-haired girl whose name I haven't noted down. Probably didn't even mention it. But good idea from her, bad execution, unfortunate outcome. RIP. And yeah, other than that, we have also, well, I already talked about Sumiaka, the other bunny girl. I kind of wish we knew more of her. Apparently she was not a veteran, but other than her having a discussion with Yuki in the past episode, I don't think there's much more that we know of her. So unfortunately, she died in this episode, as well as the mentor, Hakshi, kind of to be expected, especially after what I assume she hasn't killed anyone so far because she kept being against killing. Um, that this is her last game. So unfortunately, 95 games, game over. Hakshi got disemboweled by Kiara on the floor, ribcage open. Uh, I'm probably putting a few pictures here, screenshots. Very unfortunate. I wish we knew even more of her, even though we got a few background scenes or flashbacks. Great mentor. I don't think without her, Yuki would be who she is today. Yeah. Now, I did check for, I also mentioned the ED. What if the ED changes? I haven't found anything about the ED changing, so I assume only the OP changed during that one scene, that one episode that we've seen, indicating the beginning of the Kennelwoods game arc. So, maybe there is some differences. I haven't noticed it. What I did notice, though, the very beginning, the OP, the name of the OP is a German word called ersterbend, which technically means to die or dying in as in like a proverb or a verb. I don't know. Just the fact of dying is the title of the opening. But in front of the word dying, there's a little symbol which indicates the contrary of, or I think, no, not contrary. Um, from what I've seen, the directness of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong here, but sterbend is um, a thing you see on music notes, on music sheets. At the end of a piece, you see ersterbend, which means that the music slowly fades away into silence. So with this tiny icon in front of ersterbend, it means to be sudden. Which, if you look at the opening was already clear that it's like a POV of someone stepping onto the highway, and then the last thing you see of the opening is a car writing right into the camera, meaning that the direct death, the direct dying of it, which I assume is a really nice, not a reference, but a really nice little detail of the music piece, of the opening piece. But yeah, I haven't seen any differences in the ED. And oh, right, before I finish, I wanted to show you uh, that music that we hear while Yuki is monologuing to herself and walking next to all those dead bodies is there's different versions of it. One of them being the where is it? It's also known as the 5 p.m. chime or the 5 o'clock chime. There's several versions of it, but the one I know of that is exactly the same is the one in Takayama in Japan, if I may show here. This one, when I was in Takayama last winter, I heard the exact same sound, and it starts at 5 o'clock. It was winter, so it was surprisingly a little bit darker than this, considering that this is also winter. As you can see, very, very similar, if not the exact same as what we've seen in the anime. Here's another version of it. A little bit eerie, in my opinion, but really beautiful if you hear it as it happens. Uh, uh, Thanks for Kajudan Berger for this little clip here and this article here by Saburaku online. But yeah, it's really beautiful. And I instantly realized that it was that, considering that it's probably 5 p.m. We even hear it in the anime. It's 5 p.m. Everyone go home. One of the titles of this music is Going Home. Another title that I found, which I haven't wrote down, was another song, but considering the region where you're from, maybe they play different songs. That's what I assume. As for this episode, I think I've talked about everything. I mean, I've skimmed through the episode while I was writing down some notes. I really like that we get to see more of the playground, although it's very limited. We see that most of it is built like a maze. There's some tiny spots where it's more open, and I assume that's where the rabbits were sheltered. Um, we the walls, the labyrinth walls, if that can be counted as a labyrinth, really really creative with those LED screens. Very trippy. Everything is moving as they walk around. Very trippy. And yeah, I mean, I wonder if they are in an actual public park because you get to hear the it's 5 p.m. Please go home. The gates will open again at 6 a.m. tomorrow. What does that mean? Is that just like a little reference in this death game, and everyone else there shouldn't really care about it? It's just what you hear, like kind of like a vibe. But I can imagine that these places are actual public places that got closed down for specific games. Who knows? That's all speculation. This anime is made to speculate, so there's that. We now know why these games are considered extremely brutal. I can't wait to see how it ends. My prediction, I have two predictions. One prediction is that Yuki gets severely damaged by Kiara, but ultimately wins against Kiara because obviously she lives in the next few games. Um, oh, one another thing. The reason why Yuki is doing those 99 game challenges, I assume they haven't really said it in the anime, but I heavily it is presumed that the death of her mentor, which also had this challenge, um, got passed over to Yuki. Yuki is playing those games in order to honor her mentor, in order to get those 99 wins that her mentor couldn't get. She was so close, 95 games, so close to it, and she died. So I assume Yuki is going to go through all those 99 games because her mentor died. That's the main reason. Everyone kept asking her, why are you playing those games? Why are you even doing that? And that would most probably be her answer. Yeah, so again, sorry for backtracking. One thing that I think is going to happen is that the obvious choice would be for Kiara to die. The other way it could go out is that none of them die. What if Kiara somehow gets the upper hand and doesn't kill Yuki? What if she just lets her live? I don't know what the point of that would be, what her motivation would be for that. Maybe she killed so many people that she's satisfying, but I really hope not, because we know the continuation of this anime is going to be the Candlewoods, uh, which I presume is fully going to happen before, so it's like a prequel. Maybe not, maybe it's just how it got to this death game, these death games, and how it's going to end after the Candlewoods and whatever these new death games are called. So we don't know that exactly, but if it's a continuation of this anime, then I'm going with Kiara surviving next episode and making an appearance again. If this anime ends with next episode, which I heavily doubt, then I'd say Kiara is going to die. Would be satisfying, would be a great end. I haven't heard anything about the ending of this anime. There has not been a storm on my feed, on my social media, so I assume that no one really got angry at this anime. I not that I've seen anything, but it's usually how it happens with anime that are popular and end poorly. You see it everywhere to the point where it's impossible to escape it. So, that being said, this episode was great. We have one episode left. What I'm gonna do here, and this I keep saying this every week, but this time you can count on me. I'm going to do this. I will end this episode here. I will edit this video, upload it, and I'm going to instantly watch the next episode because I am thrilled to see how it ends. I kind of want to see how this episode ends, how this arc ends, how this anime ends. So you can expect another episode in a few days. I will upload this one as you're watching this. Of course, it's up already, but I will upload another Witch Hat Atelier episode in between, and then this one here. So everything will be ready, and you'll have some stuff to watch. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.